hi, I'm a lesbian, or at least I think I'm a lesbian. Yes, but I'm the biggest, let's be wrong. This is just to prove. Why? I want to come on here and have a good time. Oh, yeah. Oh, they saw my tum-tum! The moon landing didn't happen. Oh, sorry, I farted. What?
Really care. I'm not here for the drama part of this. I know that you guys are wanting to know some of this, and I want you guys to know my side of this because there's two sides to every story. We try to do things like Amberlynn's kind of extra. She likes to do all kinds of stuff all the time when she's with a bunch of people.
And Destiny doesn't even know this. So probably upwards to a year and a half after Destiny and I broke up, I was still in love with her.
Hey girls, how you doing? While Amberlynn is suffering from her hernia caused by her exercising and moving a lot, Dusty is back on YouTube, and she is seeking attention. And we are going to give it to her today, lol. Now for the record, unlike majority of you, I hate Dusty very much, lol. Maybe hate is a strong word, but I really don't like her. She is a very shitty person, and she is the only ex who I don't feel sorry for.
I took some notes for some previous stuff, so this is just give you guys a better understanding, I guess, of how it all started to how it all ended. And then some after, obviously. We met on I don't know if you call it a dating app. I don't think it was a dating app. I think it was just like a chat app. But that was March of 2015. I was actually in a relationship at the time going on, that would have been almost 3 years. I meet Amberlynn on there. I don't really know. I think I messaged her first probably. I don't know. But she just looked like someone cool to talk to. It wasn't going to be anything like that. I did essentially cheat on the girl I was with Amberlynn. So I feel like karma caught up to me eventually. Don't worry about it.
Just take a moment to think that we are living in a world when Dusty is cheating on people and talking to multiple people at the same time, lol, and you can't get a reply, lol. Lol, she cheated on Amberlynn twice, and Dana cheated on Dusty twice. That's why Amberlynn was on Dana's side, lol.
Which, the way that they found out about each other, Amberlynn actually messaged the girl, and, you know, I was being a player. I was doing too much. But I didn't know how to end things. I'm not good with confrontation. I am now, but I wasn't then.
So Dusty was lying to her from the beginning, so I don't know why it took Amberlynn so long to realize and admit that she cheated with Dana too. I would give her a pass because she was 19, but she did this again, so it's not about confrontation. It's about you being a cheater and a piece of shit, lol.
So essentially, when she first started working with me, she was not a PCA worker. She was like dinner help. It was an assisted living facility. I don't think she ever explained that very well. I don't know. It wasn't very long though. I think it was 4 to 8. Like it wasn't very long. It was really just to help with dinner, help with the cleanup. And I was a PCA worker. So she started out just doing that, and then she eventually became a PCA worker as well.
Yes, this was one of the points Amberlynn admitted to lying about. She told us she was a PCA worker from the beginning when she only worked 4 hours. However, she would go and come back with Dusty because she couldn't drive.
This happened either the end of September or the beginning of October. Me and her got in a really bad argument in Walmart. I called her the ex from before. I called her the pet name that I had for them. It was Pookie. I don't know what it was, but it set her off. And she was in the scooters at Walmart. She was in one of those. And she just kind of took off.
First of all, I can't stop laughing at the thought of Amberlynn mad and driving her scooter away from Dusty in Walmart, lol. And Dusty is a piece of shit for bringing up her ex's name while they are arguing.
And I kept calling her. I couldn't find her. She got like away from me and she wouldn't answer me. I couldn't find her. I went to my car and I went back to the apartment. Now we lived just around the corner from this Walmart. So we weren't too far, but it was still, if you walked it was a good walk.
Just when I think I can't dislike her more, she says some shit that makes it worse. How can you leave her there alone when it seems like you caused a fight and left her when you knew she couldn't get home?
I get home and I take a shower in hopes that when I get out, everything will have cooled off. Maybe she would have called me, whatever. So she had called me a couple times when I got out of the shower, and lo and behold, she had started to walk home. She walked probably like halfway. So she walked a good bit. It was very surprising. I went and picked her up and drove her the rest of the way home.
Of course she walked, lol, she had no option. She called her and Dusty didn't pick up. But couldn't she get an Uber or something?
After that, the ex I had before, I started reaching out to her because, I don't know, I feel like that's normal, what people do.
Lol, that's what pieces of shit people like you do. I know we don't like Amberlynn, but don't try to normalize this behavior, Gall. It's not going to happen.
And I wasn't like trying to be like flirting or anything like that, but I mean, I was secretly talking to her, so I mean, I guess that's still bad, obviously. The way I texted her though, I would get a texting app on my phone and delete it when I wasn't using it. So that's pretty sneaky on my part, it's pretty bad on my part, but I just knew that there was no way Amberlynn would have let me talk to her, basically, so I hid it.
Oh boo-hoo bitch, no one feels bad for you. Of course she is not going to let you speak to your ex. Are you slow or what?
Also, when I started having the chest pain that I kept having, eventually I find out that is stress-induced acid reflux. Because I think Amberlynn was stressing me out a little too much.
Lol, she is worse than Amberlynn. She is blaming everything on her, just like how Amberlynn just blamed her hernia on exercising, lol.
The money that Amberlynn would give us. So some of the money that she gives up, like gives, she doesn't give any money in a very, very long time. Not that I would ask her now anyway.
Lol, Dusty is two girlfriends too late with this frozen tea. Her channel is called Lively Toasted, and this is her comeback after the Dana breakup. She wants to make some extra money and a career out of this YouTube thing, and she knows the only way people would watch her is if she brings up our precious girl. Now remember I told you I don't like her. This is why lol. Why is she being snarky when she is talking about Amberlynn giving her money? You accepted it, so be grateful and shut up lol.
But I can count on a few occasions that we actually asked her for money, and she's never paid like our entirety of bills or anything. When me and Dana were together, she when the pandemic happened and we didn't have a job for a few months.
I do remember Amberlynn saying how she is helping some people and some of her family members too. I don't think she said she is paying their entire bills, so I don't know why Dusty is being defensive.
We were telling her like our job situation. We weren't saying like, oh, we're hard up for cash or anything, because our bills were paid and our landlord, like there's nothing your landlord could do. And when it was the pandemic, there was a lot of like rules that they had to abide by. Like they couldn't just evict you because you lost your job. We were going to be getting unemployment, and we did the whole time we were out of work. But the first couple of weeks we were worried.
And there is nothing wrong with asking people for money, and Amberlynn and many other YouTubers weren't affected by the pandemic like normal working people. However, Dusty just sounds very ungrateful here. I don't know goals. She makes it sound like weird lol.
When we got there, we stayed pretty far apart from her at first. Like, it was when she was at Eric and Ricky's, like the house that they used to be in. We stayed on like one side of the driveway, and her and Becky stayed on the other. Like when we first got there. After that, we were kind of like, because I mean, everyone was around everyone in the pandemic. I don't know, like Amberlynn was freaking out about it, but we were all around each other.
Oh my god, I remember this disgusting moment lol. Amberlynn was acting very scared of COVID, and then she told us that the four of them got drunk, and Dusty was kissing Becky's hands, and all of that shit.
She just happened to give us money at that point. I guess she was feeling bad and wanted to make sure we would be okay, but we did not ask her.
But you accepted it, didn't you? If you didn't need the money, why take it? And I don't buy this whole we didn't ask her. Neither her nor Dana are prideful people lol. They probably hinted that they needed it.
But she didn't worry about paying her back. Like, so that's how she's always been. She's very thoughtful. Not that I'm like protecting her or anything, because she has her flaws. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm just addressing the money thing. I'm not getting into anything else, so don't expect that right now. There will be more, but this is all I'm discussing right now.
I don't know how I feel about this lol. Because I'm here for the tea if it is nice and hot, and Amberlynn has talked about Dusty and said that she isn't a good person lol. So, she has the right to talk shit about Amberlynn too.
When Dana's nephew and nieces all needed school clothes, she gave money to us to get them stuff. But that's because when the school year comes around, I don't know if she's still doing this because I don't really talk to her, but when the school year comes around, she feels bad for kids that don't have, like their parents don't have enough money to make sure they have all the school stuff that they need, or like school clothes or whatever.
It just makes me really sad to see that, because I've always been a very, very giving person. That is like something that I actually really do like about myself, because 9 times out of 10, I truly hate myself, let's be real. But I am very generous. My love language, when it's the output, is definitely giving, gift giving, and just people pleaser, make people feel as comfortable as they can.
I don't really ever remember asking her too much for money. Like I said, it was maybe like a couple times, and that's the only time I really remember for sure asking her and her giving it to us. I really care. I'm not here for the drama part of this. I know that you guys are wanting to know some of this, and I want you guys to know my side of this, because there's two sides to every story.
Dusty, shut the fuck up. The title of the video says a little beach and tea, you know what you are doing, and no one cares about you unless you mention Amberlynn, and you know this very well. Then, she talked about Dana cheating on her and why they broke up. I don't feel bad for either of them. How you get them is how you lose them go lol. Dusty cheated on Amberlynn with Dana, and now Dana cheated on her twice lol. Karma is a bitch. Another
thing I would like to address myself is what happened with me and Dana. Dana had cheated on me a few times within a year, so it was multiple times. It wasn't physical, not that you guys need to know that, but she was texting other people. But we both were grieving our mothers, and grief can change a person, is really what I've came to in the past year, reflecting on everything that happened between us. I mean, a lot of stuff was just going on with me, and that was a lot to put on her, but I didn't know how to cope. I haven't ever lost anyone that close to me before. I don't know, I guess Dana found another way to cope, because it was New Year's when I found out the first time that she was cheating on me. Worked on some stuff for a little while, and then I want to say it was the end of May, beginning of June, that I found out she cheated on me again.
Lol, and Amberlynn took Dana's side when she found out they broke up, and she said that she wouldn't even talk to Dusty again, because she is not a good person, if I remember correctly. And I don't think Dusty is innocent in all of this, but I don't care enough to speculate to be hones. And Dana is a hot mess too. She had an OnlyFans, which I don't know what she posted there lol. And she is posting a new man every 2 months, talking about how they are the love of her life lol. Now Amberlynn replied to Dusty in her Instagram Q&A, Destiny is so desperate to be in a spotlight, acting like she is a saint. She doesn't realize that I have tea on her, but I've chosen to keep all that shit to myself for years. Sure, I've thrown shade, but that shit was light-hearted and never out of malice. What she is doing seemed to be for clout, money and attention, and most definitely out of malice. It's just kinds gross and weird. Fire back. I would love to hear the Destiny tea. No one is perfect. I have tea so hot on her that everyone listening would get burned, but I am not that kind of person, and I never will be. No matter what.
What we do here is go back.